Well, one of the complexes that I work on every single year. It's a fairly large complex with close to 1,000 trees in it. And we've put together a map and color coordinated all the trees with a number associated with it. So there's a lot of work involved in doing one of these maps, but they can really be helpful in locating all the trees, giving them a number, but also in projecting. And it just gives you a good overall visual of what you're dealing with. The complex has about 20 to 25 different varieties of tree with a few oddball species. You've got the Japanese Zelkova here. Across the street, got the Liriodendron, what's also called the tulip tree. There's a white alder over there with some eucalyptus, and there's a giant evergreen ash over here. This is a species that they're starting to bring in. This is a ginkgo tree, which is a great tree. And the landscapers planted this, and immediately I noticed this. The base of the tree has been hammered by a grass whip, or possibly, it's a grass whip all the way around. So it's caused enough damage. That's about 40, maybe even 50% of the girth of the trunk. So the landscapers have planted this tree only to destroy it. It'll survive if they don't keep hitting it, but it shouldn't have to survive. This is a situation where these things ought to be short little stakes all the way around if that's something that they have to do. There's really no excuse for this. I see this as being very negligent. Also, they put bubblers right near the base of the tree, so it waters and gets the trunk all wet. And there's a lot of thin bark trees that if you turn on the irrigation, it goes wet, dry, wet, dry, wet, dry. It causes these basal crown rot situations to get even worse. So I got to start looking at all the new plantings. This one's been either impacted by a lawnmower or a grass whip, and it constitutes 60% of this tree's trunk. And look at how loose it is in the ground. The nursery stake is still left on here. I'm afraid to even look at the other ones over here, but every new planting I've been seeing in this complex has got some really basic problems, mostly from leaving on the nursery stakes. When you plant a new tree, you always take the nursery stake off, and you plant with, if necessary, other stakes that keep it from falling over. But this is only designed for keeping the trunk straight in the pot. You leave these things on here, they just get embedded in the tree. I saw a big redwood down the road that had a big nursery stake that was actually growing into the trunk. It had been there for 10 years.